Hi, my name's Jonathan Riley and I'm a compulsive gambler. My last bet was the 25th of March 2017. Um, Hello everybody again. Um, Hopefully back to doing these videos as regular as I wanted to originally now. Um, and in this one I just want to embellish on something I've touched upon in other videos. But I mentioned it in one saying like the difference between a recreational gambler and a compulsive gambler. Now I never really knew there was much different. I didn't really understand there was two types before I became the compulsive gambler. Um, and if you asked me, if you saw me and just said, "What is a compulsive gambler?" I wouldn't really know how to properly define it. I'd probably just say my way of defining it would be just to say somebody who just keeps doing it and doing it and doing it every day, and doesn't stop, regardless of um, the monetary situation or the situation you are in your life with work, friends, family, partners. You know, you just do it. Whereas I'd say a normal recreational gambler would just do it and then say no next time as such. And it's hard to explain, but I looked into this and I came across via a podcast I listened to called the After Gambling Podcast. I'll tag him in my tweet and on my Facebook post. Jamie, the guy that runs that, he did something similar I want to do on this one. And came across these 20 questions that are involved with Gamblers Anonymous. And I ran down them, and I'm going to go through them in a minute and you'll see what I mean. I ran down them and it's just basically yes or no questions. It's just a yes or a no question. And obviously the more you answer yes to, the more you get diagnosed as a compulsive gambler or not. For example, like if you answer no to all of them, you haven't got a problem with gambling. If you answer yes to, I don't know, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100%, you got an issue. And I just did this really quickly as I was listening to this podcast, and I was going yes, 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 yes. I have. Oh God, yeah. But I didn't give it much thought. But so what I've done is I've literally just got iPad here and I've got the questions in front of me, and I'm just going to answer them now, live as such, as I'm doing this on Wednesday afternoon. So forgive me if I repeat myself. Forgive me if I don't answer them properly or very fully or make much sense. I'm just doing this now to you, to just as we speak. So the 20 questions. Are you a compulsive gambler? Question 1. Did you ever lose time from work or school due to gambling? Well, I can say no straight away to school, of course, being 34 and being I never, no, so no. Work? No. I didn't ring in sick because I'd had a bad night betting or I wanted to stay off work and have a bet, sort of thing. There were times where I considered it. There were times where I considered, oh, I can't go to work today. I've got too much on my mind. I've got to stay off work and gamble. There was times where I was off work with a genuine illness, where I'd stay in bed all day and gamble. But no, I never actually lost time to work due to it. Like I mentioned in my last video, work were really good with me in my recovery, and they mentioned that I was actually told at the time, like, we've noticed that you've not been yourself as such, but you never let your work drop. You know, you still turn up to work and you still did work to an acceptable level, which was nice to hear. And I look back and think I'm quite proud of that. Even though I was in a shit, dark place, I did carry on going to work and, like I say, try and make it look on the outside as if everything was okay. But the answer is no, I didn't. I did consider it, but no. Question 2, has gambling ever made your home life unhappy? Well, yes, 100%. Because you become a recluse, you become isolated, you become... I look back and I say to myself, I became horrible. I just wasn't myself. Because I lost a bet, I'd be snappy. Or if I'd won a bet, I'd be overly nice. And I look back now and think, it's probably obvious, you know. And just doing normal things like trying to enjoy the TV in the evening or having a chat, that I'd be too busy looking at my phone and be concerned with about a bet I've got going on, or a bet I've just lost, or a bet I need to get on and stuff. So yeah, home life wasn't great because I was more concerned about gambling. So yeah. Question 3, did gambling affect your reputation? I think of work colleagues and close friends with this one, because I look back now and I think over time it became quite obvious that I enjoyed a bet. I think it became quite obvious. I spoke about it a lot. All I tweeted about was horse racing and football. So I don't think I was hiding it as such. So did it affect my reputation? Yes, I think it did. I think people then looked at me as if to think he's got a problem, or now they might look at me and think, is he, you know, if I'm gambling, if I'm, let's just say I'm at work on my phone, just with my phone in my hand. I wonder if sometimes people that know my story look at me and think, is he gambling? No, I'm just probably just texting somebody or looking at the news or the weather, you know, or social media. I'm obviously not gambling, but I do wonder if people think, is he gambling? So yeah, I think it has affected my reputation, yeah, 100%. Number 4, have you ever felt remorse after gambling? Remorse? Yes, I have. There was times where I probably said to myself, let's say for example there was a day where I was up for the day, in a good place as such, happy with my day's work. Honestly, these terms, as I'm saying that, is how I used to think. And then I'd probably go and think I'll just have one more bet, and then I'd say lose a lot, and then you put more in and lose that and lose that and lose that, and by the end of it you're down. You're suddenly, from a position of being up, really happy, you're suddenly down and feeling like crap, and you're blaming everything and everything. If it was a horse that lost, I'd be blaming the horse or the jockey on the horse or the weather. So yeah, I did feel remorse. And if you can hear that, by the way, it's my dog. My dog's just down there yawning, if you heard that. Or times where I'd like I said, touching in with question 2, making home life unhappy, probably be doing gambling when I should be doing something else, and then look back and look back and think I should have been doing this, not this, you know. Number 5, did you ever gamble to get money with which to pay debts or otherwise solve financial difficulties? Now, yes, because I remember thinking at one point there was a ideology, in my head, thinking, oh, if I just win this much per month, I can pay my phone bill with that, so that's that sorted. If I can just win this much per month, that's my credit card sorted. If I just win this much per month, I can pay for so and so's night out or so and so birthday present and stuff. So yeah, I did used to think the money I'd win I could use for bills and debts and general day-to-day stuff. Silly, but yeah, I did. Question 6, did gambling cause a decrease in your ambition or efficiency? Now, I just touched on this earlier with the work thing, and I don't think it did, because, like I say, I was told that work levels didn't drop, and I still went to work. So, no, on that level, I probably look back and think I probably could have been more in the moment, more focused on work, of course, rather than doing my job. I'd be on my phone having a bet. I'm just looking down there. That's me looking at my phone. It's just my natural reaction to how I used to hide it, because I've always been looking down there. So if I keep doing that, that's what that is. Yeah, I look back and think I probably could have been better, but it didn't really affect my efficiency. But my ambition, yeah, 100%. I lost track of wanting to better myself, both at home and at work, and it's in life in general. Like I touched on it earlier about in one of my other videos about driving lessons and stuff. I didn't want to learn to drive. Well, no, I was learning to drive, but there was times where I used that money to gamble instead, right? So yeah. Question 7, after losing, did you feel you must return as soon as possible to win back your losses? Yeah, this is, I believe, the main issue with problem gamblers. You put your bet on, 10 quid say, you lose it. And you think, well, I want that tenner back. So you put another tenner on, you lose it. I want that 20 quid back. Put another tenner on, you lose it. Oh, I want my 30 quid back. So I put 20 quid on, you lose it. Suddenly it's 50. All the time, I found myself wanting that money back straight away. So yeah, 100% that one. Question 8, after a win, did you have a strong urge to go and win some more? Yeah, I touched on it earlier. There was times where I'd had a good day, and I just thought, you know what, I'm on a roll. That's one thing that crosses your mind. I'm on a roll here. I'm on a hot streak. I'm going to win some more, and you go back and have another go, or there might be a lot of horse racing talk, because a lot of my gambling was on horse racing. As it got heavier and developed further, horse racing took over my life as such with the gambling. I'd probably be up for the day, like I said, and I'd just read on Twitter or see on the racing channel on the news, or I'd get a friend text me or someone saying, "Oh, there's a horse at so and so time, good price, gonna win." And I'd just look and think, "Oh no, I'm all right today. I've won enough. I don't need it." And then it eats at your mind. Hours pass, and you think, I might have a 10, I might have 20, and you look at it and you think, oh, the price is going. I'm not going to win as much if I put a tenner earlier. I would have won 40. If I put a tenner, I'm only going to win 20. And then it comes round to the race time. You think, yeah, go on then. I'll have a quick go. Sod it. And it might have won, and you feel even better, or it loses, and you're back to that feeling again of just losing money, even though you're up. The fact that you've lost, actually had a losing bet. That was the crap feeling, just because you've lost. Even though I was up for the day, because I lost that one bet, your mind wants that instant reward. I touched on it in another video. Instant reward. I don't feel happy. I'm not in a happy state of mind. I need to feel better about things. So, yes to that one. Question 9, did you often gamble until all your money was gone? Well, obviously I used credit cards and loans in the end. And obviously I ran out of money in the end, and then I started using my own account and stuff. And so, yeah, of course I ran out. The money is gone. They say on adverts and stuff nowadays, set your limits, which I think a responsible gambler can stick to. A problem compulsive gambler can't. I think there was times where I look back and think there was times where I'd say to myself, look, you're in a mess here, mate. Just make sure if you lose today, you only lose this much. Like, I was, in your mind, you're already accepting a loss. I was accepting a loss before it even bloody started. So, to gamble to him when he was gone, yeah, I did, definitely. Question 10, did you ever borrow to finance your gambling? Yeah, credit cards and loans. I spoke about it quite openly. Yeah, I did. I used money that wasn't mine. Question 11, you ever sold anything to finance gambling? No. However, I remember once after a bad day, in fact no, it was after one of my first credit card maxed out, I genuinely had this thought in my head one day. I was driving home from work and I thought to myself, do you know what? I might go and sell my car and then just tell everybody that I wrote it off. Genuinely, that was a thought that went through my mind once. I remember thinking, I'll sell my car, get whatever I can for it, use that to gamble with, and obviously I need to explain when my car's gone. I'll just make a story up that I wrote it off. I genuinely had that thought. How fucking mental is that? But I didn't. My point, I never actually did sell it, but I did consider it. Question 12. Were you reluctant to use gambling money, and it's got gambling money in inverted commas, for normal expenditures? No. This was a big thing. Once I'd got my credit card and my loans and stuff, I was very reluctant to use that spare money. That secret money that I was reluctant to use that to go and go out or buy a new car or buy some new clothes and stuff. Yeah, that was strictly for gambling. It was. So yes. Question 13. Did gambling make you careless of the welfare of yourself or your family? Yes. I won't say too much because it's a very, very sensitive subject. But yes, I did. 14. Did you ever gamble longer than you had planned? Yeah, I touched on that earlier. There'd be times where I'd say to myself, that's it now, and then start again, and then once you start again, you carry on. And before you know it, the day's gone or the night's gone or whatever. So yeah. Question 15. Have you ever gambled to escape worry, trouble, boredom, loneliness, grief or loss? Now, that's a very, very open question, I think. A very broad question. It ties in with a lot of stuff you can relate to addiction and mental health as a whole. Feeling lonely, lost, hurt, angry, tired, they can make you crave, I want to feel good, I need to make myself feel good. And like I said in previous video, you can then turn to anything to make yourself feel better, whether it be, just a temporary release or something that's going to develop and make things thingy. But yeah, I did. There was many a time where you might have seen adverts. There's like gambling adverts to try and prevent problem gambling. And one of their slogans was one of their taglines, well, not slogan, it was saying stuff, a bad bet is when you're feeling angry because you're not thinking rationally. You're in a bad state of mind and you do something and you put a stupid bet on that's probably got no chance of winning, but you do it anyway. So, but yeah, that question's a yes. Question 16, have you ever committed or considered committing an illegal act to finance gambling? I remember through my counselling sessions, this is one of the questions I always said no to, because I've never stolen money. I've never robbed somebody. I've never done anything like that to get money. And look, I work in an environment where I don't have access to cash. Like I don't work in a shop or I don't work in a anywhere with a safe and money, etc. I can't. I don't come across money in my environment. That's what I'm saying. But I remember saying to my counsellor at the time, because he brought this up, would you if you could? And I said, I can't answer that. But my point, I reckon if once my credit cards and my loans are maxed out, I do wonder if I was in a situation where I had access to money, if I would have done. I can't say I wouldn't, because I can't hold my hand up and say no, I wouldn't, because I don't know if I might have done, basically. But no, I didn't, is what I'm saying to that one. Did gambling ever cause you to have difficulty sleeping? I start work at 6 in the morning. So yeah, I'm always up at between 5 and half 5 anyway. And this, in fact, that's a good point. There's something I want to talk about in another video about this. So remember that. I remember that. I never really struggled to sleep because 9 times out of 10, by the end of the day, I was feeling shit anyway. I just wanted to get to bed and just go. But one thing I will say, I ended up gambling on anything and everything. I was putting money on football from really obscure countries that were playing through the night. You know, I'd put an accumulator on and I'd be waiting for some Brazilian teams or some Australian teams to win. And I remember I'd just wake up in the middle of the night and think, oh, I wonder if my bet's coming. I'd roll over and like at 2 in the morning, look at my phone and have a look if my bet's coming. You know, I'm waking myself up as such to check if I've won some money. Crazy. Or first thing in the morning, my alarm goes off. You press snooze. Oh, I just need to check if my bet's coming. That was always my first thought. So difficulty sleeping? Yeah. Even though it's not like I struggled to get to sleep, it affected my sleep. 18. Do arguments, disappointments, frustrations create you with an urge to gamble? Yeah. It's just, they did. There was many times, and even now in recovery, where I've had moments where, again, this is probably for another video, but moments of feeling hurt and upset and angry, where I thought, you know what did I used to do to make myself feel better? Just go and have a bet, just have that little escape, take myself away and make myself feel better by winning some money. You know? So yeah. 19. Did you ever have an urge to celebrate any good fortune by a few hours gambling? Strange question, that. No, actually. It's not probably actually not the best question. No. Never a case of feeling good, I need to go and have a bet, I feel good. Well, that's a strange question, actually. Yeah, no. And then the last question, have you ever considered self-destruction, suicide as a result of your gambling? Now, it's a yes or no question. Have I ever considered it? Yes. Did I ever attempt it? No. All I'll say is there was times, a few times, where it just came into my head. Why not? Would it be better if... Don't be stupid. So, yeah, it's something that once popped in there, and yeah. So there we are. That's the 20 questions, and so 24 minutes now, and I've just rambled on, and it felt good to talk about that again. I don't talk about my my life as a compulsive gambler much, because I don't do it anymore. I'm in recovery, and I'm trying to, for the want of a better phrase, forget about the gambling. But when I sit there and actually go through and talk about the experiences and the emotions and everything that came with it, I'm really comfortable with it, and I could talk for hours and hours and hours about the time spent gambling. It's just I don't feel like I should, unless people want to hear it, if you know what I mean. So that was my way of doing it. without wanting to feel like I'm blabbering on. But so I just hope someone can out there that's got gambling issues or had gambling issues can relate to that, and I encourage doing it yourself. I encourage having a look through them yourself and answering them yourself, and be true. Be so true to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Just be true. Answer them truthfully. Don't leave anything out, and you'll be amazed how better you feel. And yeah, that's another video. It's a bit of a long one. I'm sorry. But thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Bye.